What's up, guys? I'm back to using my old version of Bandicam, which is my game recording software. The current version, I just can't get it to work out the proper audio level, so I'm going back to the real old version that doesn't have all the fancy stuff and blah blah blah. So, yeah, been about another week since I played because I don't know why I can't keep up with this shit. Anyways, I became the Halloween party princess, and the tournament of quizzes and riddles just began for me. Looks like I get a medal for each puzzle I get right. If I get a lot, I'm supposed to get a wonderful prize from grandfather. Okay, here I go. What should I start with? Okay, guys. So I don't know too well on this. So there is a guide on Steam for this. Community guides. So because I want to get all of the medals. Okay. I don't think it matters. Start with whomever you like. Maybe better think of a killer puzzle while I have the chance. Mariah, didn't you take a quiz book in your bag? Or didn't have one? Oh, I do. Key, I'm going to give it an ancient nasty one. Mariah Chan laughs with an evil smile. Looks like everyone's going to try and bully me. Sure, they'll think this is some really hard questions. Don't worry, I'll lend a hand. Really? Of course. After all, I'm the princess attendant, so let's give it let's give it our all together and get a huge ball of medals. Okay. Come now, Inch-sama. Start wherever you want. Go to am ready to challenge whenever you're ready. Whoa, not so fast. The honor of the first audience of the princess belongs to me. Inch began with my challenge. Okay. A suddenly got a tense, his stomach began to feel tight, then Aunt Eva gently held my hand. It'll be okay. Let's do this together. Okay. Then let's begin Ange's story about December 25th, Christmas Day. Christmas? You know it's October. He suddenly started talking about Christmas. Is he going to ask what day Christmas is? I know that. It's December 25th. On Christmas Day, a woman looked up at the night sky and spoke. Eventually, the night will end and morning will come. Wouldn't it be wonderful if after the sun sinks and becomes night once more, it could be Christmas again? And then the man spoke. Okay, I'll make your dream come true for you. Is such a thing possible? The day after Christmas is the 26th and normal date. That's impossible. Still Christmas even after the sun rises. Oh, I've got it. Oh, how? How can the day after Christmas be Christmas again? Well, haha. Think about it for yourself, Ange. Oh, okay, so A. Oh, I see. It's possible. Yeah, that's right. After all, there are two nights in every day. Right, December 25th starts at 12 midnight. Midnight is during the night, so that's the first night, and then morning comes, and then when the night falls again, it's still the same day until midnight. Exactly, and both of these nights are nights on Christmas Day. Am I awesome? Am I awesome? With a delighted smile, Aunt Eva patted my head vigorously. Well, ha ha ha, well done, Ange. I tried to make it hard, questioning, but you solved it like it was nothing. Congratulations, Ange-sama. Here's a medal for getting the first question right. Genji held out a gold-colored medal. Grandfather smiled at me, urging me to take it. Thank you. Keep up the pace. Well, now that is all for my puzzle. Head over there and ask whomever you choose for a quiz. It was a heavy gold-colored medal. If I get a lot of these right, my pocket might burst. If I'm gonna get so many, I can brag about it to everyone. After bowing to grandfather, I hurried off with Aunt Eva to where everyone else was gathered. Get one medal. Kenzo watched Ange go with a warm gaze. Did I make it a bit too easy? No, I think it was just right. Genji, have I managed to act a part of a good grandpa? Of course. Ange is young, and she frequently grows sick and is unable to come to Rokenjima. She probably won't remember me well. Young children have their own kind of cruelty. They think of kindness as something they'll naturally receive, and because they think of kindness as only natural, they forget about it quickly. It's so different from a gratitude to one's parents. It will probably take Ange-sama many years before she understands. Do you think she will eventually remember that I was a fun grandpa? Yes, I am certain of it. Kenzo's expression grew slightly darker. Eventually, even Ange will get older, and she will probably hear how the public at large regards Ushiomi Kenzo. The Ushiomi Kenzo known by the public is completely different from the Kenzo who plays with his grandchildren. When she learns, will Ange remember the face of Kenzo the tyrant known of the world, or that gently smiling face? I would hope for her to remember my smile if possible, but such a thing is probably too much to ask for. There's no way around it. That's what children are. Oh, it's you. Children just eat up kindness and never regains in their memories. By the time 12 years have passed, you'll surely remember what a bizarre Ishimi Kenzo was. Your smile is fated to be painted over by that and forgotten. Most probably. No matter how much I spoil her, my love will not be rewarded. However, just as it takes a long time to remember what you owe your parents, Ange will surely remember someday. She will remember the smiles you showed her. Let her forget. One smile from her is the greatest parting gift I could ever take with me when my time comes. This is the essence of unrewarded love. I guess grandfathers are always unrewarded. Oh, but I have been rewarded with Ange's smile just now to look back upon. I could happily pass on to my sleep tonight. With a lonely laugh, Kenzo spun around, setting his cape fluttering. This with all the love he could have for Ange as a grandfather. Part of him wanted to be remembered, but he knew he mustn't wish for that. That was how unrewarded love worked. After looking at Kenzo's back, Beato stared at Ange's back again. Ange, even so, please remember it someday. Remember the smile that Kenzo once showed you. Okay, whose quiz should I take over next? I'm going to challenge more and more people, get more and more medals for getting them right, and get a wonderful present show everyone. Uncle Cross and Natsuhi are over there. They're looking at you this way and smiling. I'm sure they thought of something interesting puzzles. There's Uncle Hideyoshi beckoning for me to come over. He's a fun uncle, so I'm sure he thought of something fun, a type of fun question. Mom and Dad are across from him. They're waving at me and telling me lots of fun. Dad probably knows a lot of really hard questions. He might be tough. Over there's Enrosa and Mariah Oni-chan. It looks like they're reading a quiz book together, searching for a problem. Every now and then, Mariah Oni-chan glances over at me saying, hee. She can be mean sometimes, so I'm sure her puzzle won't be a nice one. Beyond them are Battler Oni-chan, George Oni-chan, and Jessica Oni-chan. Battler Oni-chan is usually nice, but he sometimes says really mean things, and I think he likes seeing me get confused. I get the feeling that he'll give me a really tough problem. Is there anyone who looks like they won't be mean? If I can, I like to sort some easy puzzles to warm me up. All the way over there, Genji-san and Dr. Nanjo. I don't think those two will be mean to me. And then there's Shannon and Ken, and Shannon knows a lot about quizzes and fairy tales. I'm sure she'll give me something unique. And then we have Koda-san and Kumasawa-san who are serving tea. Kumasawa-san might be tough. I kind of think she'll give me a really confusing problem. It looks like everyone might be pretty tough. Ange-chan, I've got a good one for you. Over here. Uncle Hideyoshi is calling for me. What should I do? Should I go? Do you want to try Uncle Hideyoshi? Yeah, the order doesn't matter. After all, I'm going to challenge everyone. I roll up my sleeves and head towards Uncle Hideyoshi. Here you are. Mine's a tricky one, okay? I wonder what question you'll give her. Don't make it too hard, okay? It's okay if it's hard. I'll solve it. Ooh, looking pretty confident there. Okay, here it comes. After clearing his throat, Uncle Hideyoshi started telling his question. Mine's a riddle. Listen closely now. You know the story of Momotari, right? The boy who floated down the river in a peach? That's right. Boy, but you know one day an apple floated down that river. An apple? Yep. And the next day a butternut squash floated down it. I hate butternut squash. And then the next day some cabbage floated down it, and the next day a dill pickle did, and the next day an eggplant floated by, and after that day, a day after that, a fig did. What a strange tale. Did a green grocer live upstream or something? Okay, here's the question. What floated down the river the next day? Huh? I've got it. Do you get it, Inch-chan? I don't get it. Then I'll give you a hint. There's a pattern to the things that float down the river. Can you guess what the pattern is? What a huge hint. Well, I got the guy next to me, so it's grapefruit. I know, it's a grapefruit. That's right. It wasn't one of the choices, but green beans would have worked too. The names all follow the alphabet. Apple was A, butternut squash is B, cabbage was C. It keeps going with D, E, and F. So after F and G comes G. That's why the answer had to be something to start with a G. Thanks, Annie. I got it right thanks to your hint. You solved it by yourself, Ains Chan. Incredible. Yep, nice work. Now here's your medal for getting it right. Hiyoshi took out a gold-colored medal and placed it on my palm. It felt heavy in my hand. Yes, this is what victory feels like. I better keep it up. I got another medal. I got another medal for Eva's puzzle, but I can't think of any more. Then maybe I should give Chen a puzzle. Huh? You will? Sure, how about a quiz for the princess from her attendant? I've thought of a fun one, so please have a go at it. And Eva smiled brightly. I want to get as many medals as possible, so of course I want as many chances as I can get. Okay, I'll have a go at it. That's the spirit. Okay, here it comes. We talked about how I love to travel. I haven't wait. Yeah, you said you like traveling overseas a lot. Oops. Excuse me, guys. That's right. So this will be a puzzle about traveling. There is a traveler in a certain place. A traveler. First, a traveler walked 5 kilometers north. Should I write this down on a piece of paper? Don't worry. The puzzle isn't that hard, so listening to it will be enough. The traveler first walked 5 kilometers north, then he walked 5 kilometers to the east, then he walked 5 kilometers to the south, 5 kilometers north, 5 kilometers east, 5 kilometers south. You mean like a blocky in? That's right. So he ended up at this 5 kilometers to the east of where he started. That's what you think, right? But incredibly, this traveler ended up in the exact same spot he started. Is this something so mysterious possible? Well, there's no way his compass must have gone crazy. Of course it didn't. Do you know Inch-chan? It was because of his compass. Is this a play on words? No, this is a real quiz for hint. Why don't you try thinking about a globe? And the answer is B, a very cold place. I got it. It's a really cold place. Yeah, it must be incredibly cold there. Perfect. And you must be really a genius to get something like that at your age. If you start at the South Pole, then you go north, going east just draws a circle around the South Pole. So anytime you hit south again, that just takes you right back to the South Pole. I tried to make it an extra hard puzzle, but Inshan was just too good. Congrats. Here's another medal for you. I got a heavy gold-colored medal. Alright, I did it. And Eva and I held up our fists in celebration. Okay, that's all for our puzzles. Go ask one of the others to give you one. Okay, thank you, Uncle Hideyoshi. Your aunt's really clever. With the two of you together, you'll be getting medals right and left. Yep, that's right. Yeah, let's do our best together, Eva. I dashed away. Who will I ask next? Uncle Hideyoshi waved goodbye, smiling. So I have 3 gold medals now. Okay. Hideyoshi and Eva watched as Ange ran off happily looking for the next quiz. Even though that kid can wear such a cute smile, I will be the one who takes that away from her. Eva hung her head. A single tear sparkled in her eye. Her reaction was only natural considering how she felt, but I wasn't able to see past it and accept her feelings. It can't be helped. You're as human as anyone else. Humans tend to be more fragile than you think. Even so, it was my fault. After all, I already had the experience of bringing up a child, right? I should have become her mother, and yet I let sadness overwhelm me, and I didn't do it at all. Can't be helped, I could tell you. I don't think you are the only one at fault. You shouldn't blame yourself so much. By now, Eva was unable to hold back her sobs. Large tears dripped down her cheeks as she stared at the ground and shook. What a sin I committed. My sadness was no greater than hers. And yet I decided that I was suffering the most, so I didn't accept her feelings. I'm a failure of a mother. I wasn't able to become a mother for her. That's wrong. You did your best for her, Eva-san, Kari-san. Kari and Rudolph were standing behind Eva now. I know the lengths you went to keep the truth from Ange. You held out well, Inaki. Guess that daughter of ours really has been in pain and no clueless about how much you suffered. After the accident on Rokujima, Eva, the only one who left Rokujima alive, adopted Ange, the girl who had been absent, and survived. While they would eventually develop a sad and mutually painful relationship, it wasn't like that at first. Eva tried to show affection for Ange, her last remaining blood relative. She tried to become Ange's new mother, even as she fought back the sadness that she felt herself. However, Ange wasn't able to accept that kindness. She lashed out at Eva, the only one who had returned alive, for stealing their parents away from her. Eva, understanding the wounds that this little 6-year-old girl bore, withstood these attacks. She grit her teeth and poured all of her affection onto Ange, affection that went ignored. However, the wounds Eva bore herself were also extremely deep. She was never rewarded for her sad efforts, and the future in front of her grew dark. You tried to show Ange the same affection you want to show George Khan, but that was just for my own satisfaction. Ange Chan never felt any of it. Ange was the only one who couldn't accept it. It wasn't your fault. Who could possibly ask that of Ange Chan when she was just 6 years old? I should have held out much, much longer until she could understand my feelings. Eva, and he said, I want you to believe one thing. We don't blame you in the slightest, Kari-san. Thank you so much for suffering so long for Ange's sake. If that kid has a human heart, then I'm sure she'll recognize the affection you showed her someday. Thank you, Aniki. You will always be grateful. Is it that wonderful, Eva? Your efforts haven't gone unnoticed. Ooh. How you doing, Inch-sama? If you wish, I would be pleased to challenge you. Oh, and I can have a very tricky puzzle for you. It doesn't matter how hard it is. I'm not alone. I'll solve it with Eva. Goda and Kumiso offered to challenge me. I'll have to go up against everyone in the end, so it doesn't matter who comes next. I waved at Eva to hurry up as she ran towards me. So were we challenging this pair? Who will we start with? Okay, Goda-san. Very well, as you wish. Here's my puzzle. Oh, I'll warn you, it's a toughie. I'll still solve it. I've gotten the knack of it. We did better than not underestimate Ange-chan, right? Right. My, well then, being the humble chef that I am, here's a puzzle about food in the kitchen. We'll fight this together this time. If you don't get it, just ask me to lend a hand, I'll give you a hint. If I get a hint, does that mean I won't get a medal? It won't affect your medals at all, so feel free to ask anyway. I wonder if I could save here. Nope, you can't save in the middle of the puzzle. Okay. But the answer is D, the ice cream. The ice cream. The witch got back really late so the ice cream would have melted, so she couldn't eat it. Nicely done. See, Inch-chan is a clever girl, isn't she? Congratulations, Inch-sama. Very impressive. How quickly you saw through the puzzle that I go to put all my efforts into. It was totally easy, and Eva's puzzle was harder. Thanks. Congratulations. This medal is your prize for answering my question correctly. Thank you. Okay, that was easy. Now let's take a Shirakuma Sowa-san's puzzle. Looks like I'm up next. Now let's test Inch-sama with my specially made super hard puzzle. Are you ready? How hard is it? Oh, you'll have to wait and see. And now let the mackerel dessert puzzle begin. Mackerel dessert. This is Kumasawa I'm talking about, so you could bet it'll be a strange one. Be careful. Okay. Okay, well, the answer is C6. I got it. The letter is B. If you change the B in the Sabara to an H, you get Sahara. Oh, that's correct. The last line you said you could make a grand dessert out of Sabara, not dessert. I figured out a trick of Japanese and English. Am I awesome? Am I awesome? You're so smart, Anne-chan. You deserve a pat on the head. I like it when you do that. Just change a single letter and even a mackerel can make a fine dessert. Are you starting to see mackerel's true power? The day I'm forced to serve a joke like that for dessert, I'm imagining heads will roll. I wouldn't like it either. I like ice cream for dessert. Of course. By the way, we shouldn't be worried, should we? What about the next dessert? Oh, I can hardly wait to surprise everyone with the mackerel fruit parfait. waiting there in the kitchen. No! Everyone burst out laughing. For some time after that, I was tormented by the terrifying image of a parfait neatly topped with mackerel chunks. What a shame. I tried so hard to stop Sama from getting that prize, but she solved my best riddle like it was nothing, though she said Akuma Silva smiled. A gold-colored medal glittered in her wrinkly hand, and she took it. Well then, that's it for all our puzzles. Please keep up the pace and get more medals and win that splendid prize from the master. Okay, thank you. I'll keep it up. We did it, Aniva. Hee, let's keep it up. We rushed away. Okay, who should we take on next? It seems all of a sudden the tiny girl who used to hide in Shimonkari Sama's shadow has grown up to be so bright and cheery. With each passing family conference, one can feel the growth of those youngsters. After just a few years more, and someone will surely learn of love and makeup, and will eventually grow to become a true lady. Very true. She goes normally with the passing time, that is. A cruel fate will force a chick called Ange into a lonely future. If an egg isn't warmed, it won't hatch. The egg she is in now will not be warmed by anyone and will not hatch. Inside that frozen egg will Ange somehow have no choice but to face an isolated future. An eggshell could always be broken from the inside. A cold shell may be very, very hard, but that doesn't mean it cannot be broken. Does Ange Sama have the strength to do that? Is she capable of achieving that or not? I hear that question is what this final game is all about. Perhaps we should have sent her a clearer message. If the egg cannot be warmed, could we not at least strike it from the outside to make it easier to crack? If a chick without the power to break its own shell is forced outside of the egg, it won't be able to withstand the cold winds, and someone will have to find that power and resilience herself. But can we not somehow explain that power and resilience to her? Words mean nothing if they are merely given, they must also be accepted. No matter what we try to give Ange Sama, it will be meaningless unless she accepts it. You're right, no matter what we try to tell her, it won't matter unless she listens. Ho ho ho, we could do nothing but watch over her. We could lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. We could do nothing but pray that Ange Sama chooses a better future for herself. If Ange Sama does not abandon herself to anger for the sole purpose of distracting herself from the resignation and sadness, she could be honest about that one single wish that truly desires more than anything else. Then you can be certain that she will make her greatest wish come true. It is ironic. Since the very beginning, she has been denying the greatest wish of herself. Laughter brings happiness, tears bring misfortune. Those who believe will be saved. People have the power to create their own futures by the strength of their emotions. I wish we could just let her hear those words. Butler Sama is very strict. He's hoping that Ange will realize it by her own power alone, and is not permitting even words of this nature to be told to her. It seems we can do nothing but watch over her, and so let us at least pray that she grasps the world she desires most with her own hands. Oh, have you selected me? Yeah, I'll have to face everyone sooner or later, right, Aniva? Right, come on, let's have a puzzle. We'll solve it in a flash. Ha 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 ha. I see. Then it seems I must make a good one. Genji, you should give her one as well, a tough one. As you wish, and in that case, a tough one else shall be. Whoa, I hope that Genji-san would give me a simple puzzle, then I always say no, it'll be tough, scary. But I'll be both of them. I can't let myself get scared. Then let's start with mine. I am a doctor, so how about an ambulance puzzle? Okay, well, it is D20. I know I'm a bit late at saying this, guys, but if you guys want to read the puzzles yourself, I mean, you can, but, you know, I'm just going to go straight for the right answers. It's D. 20. Emergency sounds like 99, and if you had 20 to that, you get under 19. That's the emergency number for ambulances. And if you subtract 20 from under 30, you get under 10. That's the emergency number for calling the police. Splendid, that is correct. I knew you were a quick thinker, Ange-san. Oh, well done, Ange. What a surprise granddaughter I have. And congratulations, this medal belongs to you. But what was about the difference between the two being in... What? But what was that about the difference between the two being half an emergency? Yeah, we didn't really need that part. If you use that hint, you could make a pretty good guess at the answer, even if you forgot what the emergency numbers were. Huh? At any rate, the gold medal glittered, not just hand is now mine. Okay, now I'll defeat Genji too and get another one. Yes, that's the spirit. Let's solve more and more. Your turn, Genji-san. My friend here doesn't speak much. I'm gonna save here just in case something happens. Like, I don't know, maybe the game will freeze or crash, and I don't want to have to go through all that crap again. Okay. Your turn, Genji-san. My friend here doesn't speak much, but his knowledge is quite extensive. Even I cannot wait to see what sort of puzzle he whips up. Now then, Ange-sama, prepare yourself. The puzzle starts now. I never heard anyone say prepare yourself like that when given a quiz. I started to get so tense that my stomach began to hurt. It'll be okay. Hang in there. Uneven grip my hand firmly and my stomach got a little better. And have you learned division? Yeah, I learned it in cram school. Incredible, a 6-year-old who knows division. Then there should be no problems. Here it comes. This is bad. I did learn division, but I'm not very good at it. But it is E. After 1 hour, the 5 centimeters becomes 2.5 centimeters. And that becomes 1.25 centimeters. And in the next hour, that becomes 0.625 centimeters. And Chen, you don't need to use math. Make sure you remember the problem clearly. How long is the candle when it burns out? That was a close one. The candle goes out when it's 1 centimeter long, so the rest doesn't matter. The flame on this candle dies when the candle is 1 centimeter in length. In other words, it can never get shorter than 1 centimeter, so the right answer is the 5th choice, about 10 millimeters. That's right. You are correct. Oh, splendidly done, Ange. How clever of you not to be misled. I didn't even need the vision. I almost got tricked. You were pretty mean there, Genji-san. You even asked if she could do division, and that was a trap, right? Correct. My humble apologies. After all, Genji-san is a sort who could trick you without changing his expression in the slightest. Congratulations, Ange-san. This is a medal proof that you have correctly solved my puzzle. Thanks. See, I got another medal, and Eva. Nice going. I'll get lots more. I'll get a ton, and then grandfather will give me a great prize. Indeed. Give it all you've got, my granddaughter. Good luck, Einstein. I'm rooting for you. There must be others waiting for you. Perhaps you ought to search for the next challenge. Okay, thank you. I'll try even harder now. We dashed away. There are still many people waiting to give me puzzles. I have tons of chances to get medals. Okay, so who should I challenge next? After Ange and Eva left, Bella, who had been watching their progress, came over. How is Ange doing? Oh, Battler, I'm not certain, but she does seem to be enjoying herself. I heard your puzzle game, you son. Even I was almost taken back there. You honor me. Still, it's not quite what I would have expected. Who would have thought that you'd give a trick question like that? I figured you'd make a straightforward, simple puzzle. Haha, you might be expecting such a thing from him, as silent as he is, but he is much more of a schemer than he appears. Very true. If you play a chess about your gifts, then you'll see that right away. He even fools me from time to time. He'll trick me right to my face with that stern and serious expression of his. He has always been like that, and yet despite the numerous occasions on which he fooled me in the past, I keep getting tricked. Well, come to think of it, what sort of relationship do you and Genji-san have? For just an instant, Kenzo glanced at Genji's face. Apparently, he didn't plan on touching on this subject if Genji had any objections. However, Genji spoke as though there were no point in hiding any longer. I knew the master once in Taiwan. Haha, knew me, he says. We were partners in crime, you might say. The two of us were both prodigal sons of rich families, a pair of ruffians who caused their parents nothing but trouble. Genji-san, a prodigal son, well, that's a surprise. So, Genji's son also moved to Taiwan where he met grandfather? No, I am a native of Taiwan. Genji-san was born in Taiwan. Well, since Taiwan was under Japanese rule before the war, he is still Japanese, of course. He was a man who hated losing. When we first met, we fought all the time. Once we hit it off, we became the best of friends. There was a lot of disorder and conflict after the war. The master is the one who saved me during that chaotic period. If I spent the rest of my life trying to repay that debt, it would not be enough to pay it back in full. Don't see it, my friend. If only I had been a little more persuasive, I might have been able to bring your family back with us as well. Because I was so inadequate, I was unable to save anyone but you. I don't know much about the details of Taiwan's history, but apparently there was still a lot of chaos there, even after the war ended and Japan pulled out. Kento, predicting this chaos before it happened, worked out a way for Genji and his family to escape. However, Genji's family possessed great wealth in Taiwan. They were unable to abandon it, and they were decided to remain there. The wealth had been built up thanks to their close relationship with the Japanese-run government of Taiwan. New regime after the war was unlikely to welcome them with open arms. Much mayhem and confusion followed, and Genji was the only one who escaped harm. I don't know what happened to make this man, whom Kenzo just called a troublesome prodigal son, change so drastically to the person he is today. It was a story of friendship between the two of them, and there could be hardly any point in unrelated persons sifting through history books to interpret it however they pleased. So they've been good friends since so long ago. They owed each other their lives. Though the troubled times tossed them about, their friendship held firm for decades. Genji's role is not that of a butler, but when they're alone in the study, they sometimes share a drink and then think back on the days of their youth. They're still that way today. Leaving Kento and Genji to reminisce, Butler walked off on his own. It would be rude to ask for any more details than he didn't need to know. Kenzo and Genji had been friends since so long ago that that was something he already knew. What do you think? Do you want to challenge Natsuhi and Uncle Cross next? Yeah, let's beat them. Haha, very well, we will play along. The two of you have prepared us, The two of us prepared some formidable puzzles for you. Should I go first or you? I'll start. Very well. Listen closely to what I'm about to say. White, black, white, black, white, black, black, white, black, black, blah, blah. Huh? White, black, huh? I'll say it once more. White, black, white, black, white, black, black, white, black, white, black, white. What does the question mark stand for? This is a really hard one. White, black, white, black, white, black, black, white. Looks like the white and black are alternating, but the question mark is between the white and the black. Is it gray? Is that easy? This is a surprisingly hard one coming from you, Inatsuhi Nissan. Eva was groaning, and apparently this one's really tough. Is it really so hard? There's a chance that some people won't understand if they have been heard the right experiences. He was on the side. I think Einstein would have seen it a lot at school and kindergarten. Oh, what the heck? I don't have a clue. Is it a problem that I could get easier than an Eva? It's hard. However, it is A. It is A. The black and white thing is a keyboard, like a piano. Is that it? A keyboard? Something that can be found in kindergartens and schools, which is covered with a line of white and black things. An instrument, like a keyboard on a piano or a melodic, blah, blah, blah. The first two black keys are between Do, Re, and Mi. The set of three black keys are between Fa, Sol, La, and Ti. Or Ti? I don't know. It started white, black, white, black, white, question mark, black. So the three whites are the Do, Re, and Mi. There's still a black key between Mi and Fa, so if Fa becomes right after Mi, and since the question mark comes after Mi, the right answer is Fa. In other words, the right answer is white. Correct. I thought I might have been a bit too hard, but you did well. Splendidly done, you two. Go ahead, Natsui. Congratulations, Einstein. Here's my medal for you. Alright. And Eva, I got another one. Things are moving along nicely. Next up is Nissan's puzzle. Let's solve it in a flash and teach him a lesson, okay? Oh, interesting. Looks like it's time you were taught a lesson. Stop it anyway, don't make him mad. You'll make the puzzle harder. If there's anyone you have to blame, it's Eva. Now take this brain twister. Here's a puzzle about the thinness of a skyscraper I've invested in. Okay, and well, the answer is D4. The fourth floor. Well done, you got it. From floor 1 to floor 4, there's only one floor that ends in the TH, the fourth floor. Yeah, the fourth floor fits, but the other ones are first, second, and third floors. Nicely done. Even I didn't figure that out until I had the answer given to me. Apparently, Uncle Cross always had this puzzle shown to him, and he wasn't able to answer it right. He looked a bit downcast to see a kid like me solve it. For some reason, he looked even more mortified to see that Eva had solved it. How strange. Come on now, let's see that medal. This medal is a mark of Anne's Chan's intelligence. I mustn't let you have it, Eva. Yes, sort of loser. Thank you, Uncle Cross. Am I incredible? Very much so. You're a more flexible thinker than your uncle. I am proud to have you as a niece. That's all for our puzzles. I do hope you enjoy them. I did. Thank you, Natsuya, Uncle Cross. I hope you can all enjoy the tricky questions without worrying about the medal count too much. We all hope that this will become a wonderful night just for you. We're really enjoying ourselves. Yeah, we're having lots of fun. Cross and Natsuya smiled at them as they dashed away. Oh, it's you, Natsuya. How did your puzzles go? We did the best we could, but I'm not sure how much they enjoyed them. On the other side of the room, Ange and Eva were counting the mouse they've gathered so far. Ange, Eva, it was such an unexpected pairing, but they looked like they were having a great time. I feature a parent and a child unrelated by blood. Watching them like this, they look just like a normal parent and child. Yes, they do. Bonds between people are nurtured by the heart. Ties of blood do not bond as strongly. After saying this, Natsuya bit back her own words and stared at the floor. But strong, it's just surprised that I would dare to say such words. You don't need to worry about me because I rejected you. You met a painful fate in so many worlds. All of that is my responsibility. I understand how you felt. Unable to become pregnant, you were forced to feel shame for many years. In that situation, any woman would be shocked if they were handed a baby whose parents they didn't even know and then told to adopt them. That was no reason for me to push you off a cliff. True, you ought to carry that for the rest of your life. Yes, I am prepared to do so. In that case, the suffering you must endure will come from the cross you bear, not from me. You don't despise me? Don't make that dejected face. No, perhaps it's the other way around. As long as you continue making that dejected face, I will feel no desire to punish you. As long as you continue to carry that cross, I will feel no desire to hate you. Do you mean that you don't hate me? To tell you the truth, I did hate you. I hated your guts. I hated you so much I wanted to hang a pillow with your picture on it and use it as a punching bag. But as I watched you, that feeling faded away. You regretted and lamented. And I'm sure you'll never forget that feeling for as long as you live. Okay, guys, I am gonna drink some of my drink here, the rest of it. Well, maybe not the rest of it. Okay, how could I forget? After all, I'm a murderer. Your cross is a heavy one, doubtless. I can feel compassion for you now. I'm serious. After all, Kenzo was the one at fault, right? It's his fault for having an illegitimate child in the first place. And the way you forced that child on you was even worse. You should at least have been able to avoid hurting you by saying, please take care of this poor child instead of you can't give birth. So adopt this kid. Man, that Kenzo. I no longer hate you. Doesn't that make the cross you bear feel any lighter? No, I still don't know how I can make up for what I did to you. Then let's do it this way. Hold out your arms. Huh? Like this? As though she spread her arms certainly. Bito leapt forward and hugged her tight. This is a little... I'll never say this again, so let me say it once. After all, I have never had a chance to meet my mother. Still hugging Natsuya, Bito spoke in a whisper. She spoke those words that she would certainly never say again. Thank you for worrying so much for my sake, but I really don't hate you anymore. Please believe that, Mother Beatrice. Who should we get a puzzle from next? What about those two? Shadow and Kanekon? Sure, it looks like they'll put up a good fight. Do you need something, Eva and Sama? Don't be stupid, he said, not asking us for puzzles. My apologies. Shannon was absent-minded as ever. However, Kitten looked extremely calm and would probably have a well-polished puzzle ready. Sigh. Okay, I'll go first. Use that time to think of a puzzle, Nissan. Okay, sorry. So if I'm buying time for Nissan to think of a puzzle, I'll have to make a tricky one enough to keep you stunned for a while. Hee hee, you got guts, kids. Let's have it, shall we? Show us the hardest one you've got. Don't provoke him. I want an easy one. Now that I have Aniva's permission, allow me to present an insanely difficult puzzle. Leave this to me. I'll solve it. Okay, this is 10, so the answer is C, 78 coins. Correct. Awesome, Aniva. Why? Why is the 78 coins? If platinum is better than gold, why does gold get more coins? The number of coins you get is always the same as the atomic number of the prize. Copper is 29, silver is 47, and gold is 79. And by the way, platinum is 78. So the platinum prize gives you 78 gold coins. Aniva, you're incredible. Dad once told me that Aniva was an enthusiastic studier and really, really smart. Even back when she was in school, even George Onichan, her son, is smart. So Aniva must be really incredible. So that was a pretty nasty riddle to choose. You should have given that one that Ange could understand. You did give me permission to show her the hardest one I've got. That's right, and you said it yourself. That's why we got a puzzle that was too hard for me. Is it my fault? Sorry, Ange-chan. But look, we got a medal, so please forgive me. We got another medal. Just how many have we gotten so far? But we still have a lot left to get. Next up is Shannon. Mine isn't that hard, so you can relax. After all, you mentioned think it up. You're making fun of me, then do you want to have a go at it too? Ken? Bring it on. It sounds like you'll be able to understand it this time, and Shen, I'll stick to giving hints again. Okay, I'll do my best. I'll solve it. Another medal for me. Let's go then. Listen carefully. Okay, the answer is, D? See, and Chen, think about the taste of all these foods. How does white chocolate taste? Sweet. And what about pepper jack cheese? Spicy. And how about anchovy pizza and lemonade? I see, so that's what it is. Anchovies are salty, lemonade is sour. So what is it? Do the letters match the taste? That's right. The second letter of sweet is W. The second letter of spicy is P. Salty is A. And sour is O. So does black coffee taste like? Bitter. Exactly, and the second letter of bitter is... Oh wait, when did you drink coffee? Nice job, you got it right, Eva-sama and Sama. And Eva, you're so awesome. We had to work together to solve that one. It's a team effort. And here's my medal, please take it. Alright, I got another medal. Thanks. You didn't get it, did you, Ken-kan? I'll bet it was hard. Not bad coming from you, Nissan. Why don't you try saying sorry for making fun of you? If you don't, I'll make all your medals O and I. Meals O and I. O is one thing, but eating I all the time will be awful. I want to eat W all the time. Careful, you'll get cavities, but if you ever come to my house to play, I'll be more than willing to share. Yay, I love you, Aniva. In the end, Ken and Kate, under the threat of the eye cooking, and was forced to apologize to Shannon. That's all for our puzzles. Did you enjoy them? Yeah, thanks. It seems the others still have brain twisters waiting for you. Please be careful. Good point. Everyone left looks like there'll be a challenge. But we'll win. We can do it if we work together. That's right. Let's combine our wits and move on. Goodbye, and good luck. Shannon and Kenny returned to the kitchen with the serving cart. The dining hall was filled with such an exciting and fun atmosphere, but out here in the corridor, one was reminded of the fierce winds and the rain. But they were satisfied with this. The whole point of this noisy farewell party was to forget the loneliness of the rain for just a bit. So we've reached the end of this long game. I feel relieved. Finally, we won't have to be toys for anyone else. I like to be quietly forgotten to get covered with dust and vanished. You're wrong. We weren't going to vanish like that. In the world locked inside the cat box, our future will continue unknown to anyone. You're right, sorry. That's a world that even we can't know about, so I forgot. Just what kind of feature will we make for ourselves in the Catbox world? I don't know, that's why it's called a Catbox. Good point. Don't you have any regrets, Nissan, about George Summer, for instance? Receiving that ring is all you can do for George Summer. As for marriage, living together, and all the rest, our future inside the Catbox is what will make all that come true, isn't it? I'm not the only one. It's the same for you, right? What about a future for you and my Lady Jessica? I'll get break off my engagement with George Summer and then leave the island and disappear. The future that is also possible for me. In that world, you wouldn't have to hesitate for my sake, so you can enjoy your youth to the fullest with my lady. If you give up your engagement with George Sama, that sort of world might be possible. So, since it's a Catbox, the world where I spend my life with George Sama and the world where you spend your life with my lady can both exist at the same time. It's a world where any contradicting dreams can exist at once. That's the world will be put away in as pieces, so there's no need to be lonely, no need to be sad, even though the me here right now can only observe the part where I accept George Sama's ring. The other me who lives in the Catbox in a world I cannot witness will surely build a happy life in the future. That Catbox is such a strange place, a place where any pieces and toys and dreams can be kept. And no cage sealing us in. On the contrary, being inside the Catbox means being free from everything in the countless worlds. A world where we're free from everything and yet we're all of our wishes come true. However, the me in that world won't be the me here and now. And that's a bit depressing. Hey, Ken and Con, yes? Let's do it. Do what? Let's have a duel. Are you sure? We both wish we saw this much sooner, and yet we put it off until the last moment just before the game was going to end. Sure, the game is nearly over anyway. Now at the very end, it's time for us to settle things by ourselves. That way we'll be able to see our future before we put away in the Catbox. Sure, let's do it. How will we decide it? A coin? Or with pistols again? In that case, why don't we have our own quiz tournament? Huh? You're really getting into this? Okay then, first question. Kihi, I'm gonna give Angie a really hard one. I'll trick with my extra hard puzzle and make sure she never gets my medal. I'll solve it. I'll definitely solve it. As soon as Mariah and Angie crossed gazes, they started fighting. The two girls who so close in age were really good friends, but they also fought a lot, especially when they were opponents in a gang. Mariah and Chen probably know tons of different quizzes. This should be possible. This should be interesting. Let's have at it. Kiki, not now. I'm a star, so I'll go after Mama. Really? You're sure it's okay for me to go first? Yeah. Then let's begin. Ready? Okay, eat 8 ingots, whatever it is. So it's a E. 8 ingots. Hee, are you sure? It takes 8 minutes to carry each ingot to service, right? 8 times 8 is more than 60. That's right, but the question was how many can she carry out of the room? Rosa only has to take one step out of the room to carry it out. Nice going, Chen. All those puzzles have really warmed you up to good. That's right. To do 7 trips, you need 8 times 7 equals 56 minutes. There are only 4 minutes left. However, you can make it back to the underground room in 3 minutes, then carry out the 8th ingot in the last minute. Hehehehe. Not bad, Ange. Nice one. Ooh. I'm not going to lose to you, Mariah Oni-chan. Congratulations. Here's my medal. Now you can try the puzzle Mariah picked up just for you. So it's finally my turn. Kihi, took so long on Mama's easy puzzle that I got a little worried. There's no way you'll ever solve this one. I got an Eva with me. We'll solve it together. Kihi, impossible. And Eva came and solved this one. Wolves and sheep puzzles are incredibly hard. From her handbag, Mariah pulled out a wolves and sheep puzzle book that was worn out, well used, and had a majestic feel like a great war. Okay, I'm gonna pause it here real quick so I can sneeze. Okay. You know what a wolves and sheep puzzle is, right? I know. You show me these all the time. They're puzzles about using a boat to take everyone from one shore of a river to another. They usually have a few bizarre rules. When there's wolves and sheep, you can't let the number of wolves on either shore get bigger than the number of sheep, right? Yeah, that's right. Sending the boat back and forth, moving everyone to the other side while making sure that there are never more wolves and sheep. But when the ones just wolves and sheep are simplest, easiest, plainest plainest beginner's basic practice puzzles. Whenever you get to higher levels, you and not many things other than wolves and sheep. It's pretty clever. Should we write this down on a piece of paper? Good idea. That'll definitely make it easier for you to sort out your thoughts. Sounds like it's supposed to all be a handful. There's no way you're getting my medal, Ange. Hee. I won't lose. I'm not gonna lose. But it's 13A, less than 10 steps. This is really a nasty problem. Can it really be solved? Is there some trick like throwing things into the river without using the boat? Or making a cow eat the vegetables so they can be carried as one passenger? Well, who knows? If that's as far as you could go, maybe you should give up, right? This one's really hard. Even Mama couldn't solve it. But I solved it on my first try. So do you get it? How many trips does it take to get every person across? This is a cheap trick or a riddle, right? There's no way you can solve this straightforwardly, right? No, that's not true. I'm sure you'll get it, and you sound smart as you are. How many trips does it take to get every person across? I've got it. Three trips. Huh? 3? How? It's easy. The peasant and his wife get on the boat, and then the wife gets dropped off on the other side in the first move. Then the peasant takes the boat back across the second move. Then he crosses with the shepherd in the third move. But what about the cow and sheep? What about the meat and vegetables? But you would say to take every person across, right? The other things aren't people. Huh? As the name was flopped open, and Rosa started applauding. After clicking her tongue, Mariah only joined in. That's right. The question is just how many moves it would take to move each person across. The animals and luggage that never had anything to do with it. They only got it because you kept saying every person over and over again, Mama Ooh. And Rosa probably said it so much as sort of a hint. Without that, even I wouldn't have figured it out. Come on. I was totally taken in. That was a mean question. Go on, Mariah. Give Shen her medal. Ooh, whining like a happy dog, she reluctantly handed the medal over. I grabbed it and started jumping around like a happy dog. As Mariah Shen smiled at me from behind, her face was bright like a big sister's. That's the end of our riddles. Let's play again sometime, okay? Next time I'll have a really nasty puzzle that's even harder. Well, what's so hard that about something? No way. I'm not playing with Mariah Chen anymore. Hee look, Chen, your parents are waving at you, so let's go. See you later, Rosa. Sure. Later, Chen. There are too many people left with puzzles for you. Keep it up until the end. And make sure you keep cheering her on, son. Of course, we got all these medals by working together, right? Yeah. We dashed away, and Dad and Mama waving at me from over there. I'm sure they thought of some mean problems. Still, they have to be easier than Mariah Chan's. I hate Mariah Chan, she's such a meanie. You bullied her too much with that puzzle. Well, I wanted to play with Angela. If it was an easy one, she saw it right away, right? You really love Ange, don't you? I hate her. She made fun of you, called you a stuffed animal. Mariah apologized. She said this, but her expression didn't match her words at all. I hope Ange finds happiness. I'm sure she will. After all, she look at the people here wishing for her happiness. And now Battler is the game master, and he set up the final game just for Ange. And after all this, there's no way she won't be happy. Still, even though anyone can make happiness appear, you can only grasp it for yourself. That's right, and that kid is really bad at finding fragments of happiness. Even though we try to teach her how, she's been covering her ears for 12 full years. This game might be much harder for Ange than Battler thinks. I'm sure Ange will find happiness. Yeah, if she really does enjoy herself at this party, that itself might be the greatest lesson we could teach her now. Ange is a girl who doesn't believe and says everything is a trick no matter what magic is shown to her. To open to the future, that girl will become the last person to inherit Beatrice's name. At one point in time, that kid understood my white magic. Yeah, and she understood me too. She even summoned all of the 7 sisters and understood magic itself, and yet she still can't use magic on herself. Let us believe. Just as Battler once did in the past. Beato. It is easy to cast magic on others, and believing other people's magic is not so difficult. The hardest thing is casting magic on yourself. Is that something Ange can do? She can, and Batman managed to understand magic, and of course his little sister will be able to do the same. You're right, there are some kinds of magic that we can only see when we were kids, and there are some that only adults can understand. Right now, Ange is between the two of those. She's lost the magic of children, but she has yet to understand the magic of adults. It's the most painful period of one's life. It's so sad that she didn't have anyone close to her at a time like that. It's not true. We're always by that kid's side. She just doesn't believe it. And please realize that quickly. There are so many people smiling at you from behind, watching over you. If you just turn around, we'll be able to smile so much more and talk to you so much more. Your aunt Beatrice, the final witch of Marge Sorcier. And if you aren't able to do the right thing in the end, I pray that you can at least enjoy yourself tonight. Have fun, Ange. So long. The time we spend together feels so long yet so short. Even so, for me, those memories are eternal. How's it going, Ange? Did you get tons of medals? I wonder how many it is now. Me too. Let's count them later, okay? It seems you've already been given quite a few puzzles already. Yeah, once I get your puzzles, I think the only cousins are left. Is that so, huh? Alright, I'm gonna get a shot at Mom and Dad's puzzles. I'm warning you, they're gonna be hard. Anyway, it's the same thing, but we just keep on solving them. Yeah, we're gonna get those medals together. Hehe, that's the spirit. Okay, I guess I'll go first. It is C. Rika. Hey, Satoko and Rika. Oh, those are Satoko and Rika, Higurashi characters. Yeah, see, there's even Nipa. Yep. If you guys don't know, Higurashi is another series in When They Cry. Anyways, it's C. Rika, that's right. Nice job, Inch-chan. Hard to imagine such a smart girl being related to that dolt of a father. Yeah, sorry for being an adult. Nice going, Inch. Did you think of all the combinations? Yeah, Miyoko's the oldest, and then what Satoko says is true. Only the oldest person is supposed to tell the truth, so that doesn't make any sense. That's right, then what if Satoko is the oldest? If she is, then Rika will be telling the truth, when she says Miyoko is a liar, which doesn't work, so Rika has to be the oldest. Good job, here's my medal for you. Congrats. Thank you, Mom. Rudolph is up next. I wonder which sort of puzzle he has for us. Well, I guess I'll do a liar puzzle too. Let's crank it up a notch this time. The answer is E, though. Miyoko, Rika, Satoko. I know who Miyoko is. She's on the left. After all, the girls in the middle and on the right both say that someone else is Miyoko. If they were Miyoko, they couldn't lie and say that someone else was Miyoko. That's right. So Miyoko's supposed to be honest. So once someone says that someone else is Miyoko, they can't be her. But he still says the middle one and the right one aren't Miyoko. The left one automatically is. And since Miyoko speaks the truth, then it's also true that the kid on the right is Satoko. Which means that the only kid left and one in the middle is Rika. Perfect. You solved it like it was nothing. You really are smart like your mom. Dad rubbed my cheek and hugged me. That's all for our puzzles. Listen up, Ange. Life will lead you through countless puzzles, and Eva is here to help you now, so it's okay to rely on her. However, you all just solve most problems in life by yourself. When that happens, you must remember the advice you've gotten from those who have helped you in the past. Okay, I get it. Eva and Nissan take care of Ange. Yes, of course. Even if the cousins were the only ones who hadn't given us puzzles. Mom spoke us so I was leaving on a long trip. Weird. Let's go, Ange-chan. The game will be over soon. I wonder what Grandpa will be give us for getting all these medals. Me too. We've already gotten many things that is far more wonderful than that prize. What do you mean? We've all had a lot of fun talking to you like this, Ange-chan. I don't get it. You're weird. I'm sorry, let's go then. Now that's all that's left, our cousins and the Beatrice, I guess. What is it? Why did you tell me to come over here? It's something to do with Ange? No, that's not it. Rudolph put a cigarette in his mouth and toyed with his lighter. Though he should have done this easily, he somehow managed to mess up several times. I want to take this in my grave, not to hide it away in a cat box. If I just kept my mouth shut until tomorrow night, I might be able to do that. It'd be easy. I might be killed tonight. That's what I wanted to talk about. I knew it. I knew you were hiding something. Did you? I guess I still need more practice. But it's about Anshin. Who's it about? You weren't talking about Asuma-san, right? It's about Battler. It comes to the same thing. I've tried to behave as an adult towards Battler-kun, right? Even though he's Asuma's son, I try to treat him the same as Ange. I do think of him as a child in our family, so don't worry. He's not just a kid in our family. He's my kid in yours. I'm sorry, but you still have to let me draw the line there. You don't get it. He's my kid in yours. What? You didn't have a stillbirth. Asumu did. Back then when I was double timing the two of you, I got myself stuck and couldn't find a way out. You don't mean... Asumu and I were married, you and I were cheating, and then Asumu had a stillbirth and he gave birth. My head was a mess with it all. The sin Rudolph committed when his mind was at its most chaotic was to switch the two babies. I was better off financially back then. I was young and I didn't give a damn about what links I went to. I threatened the hospital while slapping them with the money and switched gear kid with the Sumus. If Kari had a child, Rudolph would have been maintaining two households. However, Kari had a stillbirth, the child who survived Asumu would settle everything. The stillbirth by having given him a chance to break off the relationship with Kari. It was a grave sin and one that couldn't be forgiven as an act of youthful enthusiasm and immaturity. That's why I should be apologizing to all three of you. I forced Asumu to raise a kid that wasn't hers. That woman wasn't anywhere near as generous and accepting as she looked. There was a chance that she figured it out. However, she raised Battler, who loved her as a mother with all the affection she had. And in Kari and Battler's case, he had to atone for it in greater sin. He stole every moment of everyday family life that should have shared as mother and son. To this very day, Kari had believed that Battler was Asumu's child. Though she had acted kindly towards him on the surface, she had always kept distance in her heart between herself and Asumu's son. Finally, Rudolph's conscience had been able to unbear seeing her like that. But I'm Kari, sinking to a crouch, unable to speak. Feel free to curse me. In fact, I couldn't complain if you killed me where I stand. That's how horrible my sin against you is. This is a secret I wanted to confess before the cat box closes over us. Battler-kun, I'm so sorry, Kari, and to you, Battler. Damn, wow. Didn't expect that. Come to think of it, we've already gone through a ton of puzzles. Yeah, now there's only George, Oni-chan, Jessica, Oni-chan, Battler, Oni-chan, and Beatrice left. Oh, they're finally here. We could hardly wait, though you might have forgotten about us. Finally, we had challenged George, Oni-chan, Jessica, Oni-chan. Sorry to keep you two waiting. So did you think of some incredible hard ones for us? We decided to give you one puzzle together. My, even one riddle from the pair sounds challenging. It's a special puzzle we made just for Anshin, so good luck. I'll solve it together. Differently solve it. Okay, then let's go. Just go to Chan, let's see them out. Okay, there you go. They placed 3 small colorful cubic boxes on the table. 2 of these are traps. The other has a medal inside. Anshin, do you think you can guess which one has a medal in it? Now without a hint, that would just be luck. That's right, so far this is a test of luck with 3 choices. In other words, your odds of winning are 1 in 3. George, this isn't a quiz. It really is just a test of luck. And that is why I'm saving. The puzzle comes later. Let's continue. Okay, Hinge, which of these 7 metal inside do you think? Let's just say the first one that pops into your head. A red box, a blue box, and a green box. There's no way to know which one it's in. There really is a test of luck. In a way, this is even worse than a hard puzzle. After all, if you solve a hard puzzle, you'll always be right. But in the very beginning, I picked them all with a 1 in 15 chance, and compared to that, a 1 in 30 chance is 5 times easier to get. There's no point worrying about it. Might as well test my luck again. Then this is the one. The red box? Then let's see the red box in front of you. Wouldn't it be great if there was a medal inside? So let's start with a little warm-up. What's the probability of the medal being inside the red box? 1 in 3. That's right. If this really is a simple test of luck. Hee. Are you sure, Ange? Are you absolutely sure you're happy with that red box? After all, we're going to make you open it in a second. If it's a trap, it'll be really scary. Just go and grin threateningly. Are you sure? Are you happy with the red box? That medal might be in the blue box or the green box. Do you want to change your mind? It's not fair to them to scare me like that, not after I've already made my choice. And I know all of other boxes that have the same probability of having a medal in them. Whether I try to open the red box or change my mind and try the blue or green boxes, the probability will be the same. So stick with your first choice. It's my motto. I'll stay with this with the red box. I won't change my mind. I'm happy with the red box. I'll bet on it. And that's the spirit. But seriously, the traps are terrifying. Why don't we show you just how scary they are? Just go and chant left creepily and open the green box. And then, bang. Pumpkin monsters and ribbon came flying out of the box. It scared me a little. No, that's a lie. It scared me a lot. If they came flying out of the box, I opened right at my face. I might fall to my knees to start crying. And just cheating with the red box. Something really scary might come flying out, okay? Are you sure you don't want to switch to the blue box? I'm not scared. I'll stick with the red box. Haha, you're going a bit overboard. Just a good chance. So one of the boxes is now gone. And there's only 2 left. This is where the puzzle starts ends, Chan. You mean which box the metal is in? Yeah, the red box has been sitting in front of you the whole time, and the blue box here in front of me, which is the higher probability of having a metal inside it. That's the puzzle. Okay, but the answer is C, the blue box. Oh, the odds are better for the blue box. And why is that? Well, I just sort of thinking back to the 50 slice cake that you found an almond in. If there's only one almond, the odds of the winning are 1 in 15, right? Yeah, 1 in 15. I figured that out when that cake first appeared. I thought that waiting for people to get wrong ones would make my chances for winning higher. But in the end, no matter when I ate my slice, the odds are still 1 in 15. Still in Chan. What if the servants are also having cake instead of 20 slices? Huh? What? This is a party, right? It's not fair that the servants don't get any cake, don't you think? So let's say it was originally a 20-slice cake. The servants took a 5 slices and redecorated it as a 15-slice cake and let you choose a slice. So what if you would change just choosing the right slice B? If there really were 20 slices, then the chances would be 1 in 20. However, the servants know where the almond is, so they chose 5 slices for themselves that had no almonds. In other words, they removed 5 losing slices. That would mean the chances of winning were 1 in 15, not 1 in 20. They took out long slices, so the odds would obviously go up. Jessica Sun did the same thing. Jessica Chan removed one of the boxes you didn't choose. In other words, the odds that remaining box you didn't choose was the winner went up a bit, right? I sort of get it, but not really. If you remove a losing box, it's only natural that your chances of getting the right one go up. And now, Jessica only removed the losing box from the pair of boxes I didn't choose. So, does it make sense that... So, doesn't it make sense that my odds of winning with those boxes went up? Now I'm getting confused. Actually, you really are incredible, Shan. Even though you're only 6, you're trying to understand posterior probability, a concept in that probability theory. Probability theory is interesting. I'm sure you'll like it when you go into high school and college. Go and enjoy studying it all you can. My little head was already filled to the brim. Bewildered, I had to get back and not Eva for an explanation, and Eva wore a bitter smile too. I bet she doesn't really get it herself. As we felt a sense of connection to this failure, we happily grasped the medals we wrangled out of them. I got 2 medals. Ange Chen, could you come over here for a second? What is it, George Onin-chan? George Onin-chan, Jessica Onin-chan were calling me from the window, and he was talking with Mom and the others. Since they looked like they would be in a while, I went over to George Onin-chan and Jessica Onin-chan. What? It looks like the quiz tournament is almost over. Yeah, there's only Battler and Onin-chan and Beatrice left. I'm starting to get sleepy. Probably because of that adult drink I swept from Dad. I felt floaty ever since I drank that, and I don't have any of the answers for Battler or Beatrice. That floaty feeling keeps getting stronger. I've been feeling sleepy for a while now. I gave a huge yawn. Sleepy? Yeah, if I had a sofa, I'd probably fall asleep. I see, then I guess it's almost time for this party to end. The party will end if I fall asleep, but I just want to take a nap with everyone else kept having fun. With our puzzles just a hard one? Yeah, I still don't really get it, and I'm sleeping. It's called posterior probability. That's what we call it when the probability of something changes because we learn or fail to learn some piece of information. Did George Oni-chan call me all the way here to lecture me on math? For some reason I feel even sleepier now. So, if we have an almond slice of cake, our chance of getting it are 10%. But what if we learn that those 10 pieces were chosen at random from a 100-piece cake? You think the probability went from 1 in 10 to 1 in 100, right? Absolutely nothing has changed about your slice of cake, depending on whether you know or don't know it. So, in fact, the probability of your slice being a winner changes. Does that sound strange? That sounds hard, so I don't want to think about it. And please just listen until the end. Just because Oni-chan's voice grew a bit stern. As I was young, I couldn't understand what all this was supposed to mean to me. It was only one thing I wanted to tell you. So please don't forget this. What? In the future, very specific information will affect the slice of cake in your hands. By learning about those, the size of your slice might change. Sometimes they'll change the things you want. Some, but most likely, almost all the changes will be bad ones. The truth is always right here in your hands, and you think it's stupid to let it change you just because you hear other people talking, just because they think the truth should be one thing or another. The truth inside of you has been in your hands since the beginning. The nature of that truth is actually something you decide for yourself. You can change it yourself depending on what you hear and what you refuse to listen to. You probably don't get what we're saying, but you have to understand. Even if you can't understand when you're 6 years old, I'm sure you will once 12 years have passed. With very stern expressions on their face, they grasped my shoulders as they spoke. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. The truth that lies in your hands is not unchangeable. You'll be interfered with in many ways that'll make it change. So if the truth in your hand really is important to you, you'll need to protect it yourself. Don't forget it. Okay, I'm going to have to find out what these are. Maybe there isn't one. I don't know. Next is Oni-chan and Bitch's puzzle, then I'm done. Okay, whatever. Don't care no more. Next is Oni-chan and Bitch's puzzle, I'm done. Ah, really? Even though we were so many of us, it's finally over. How was it? Did you enjoy tonight's party? Yeah, it was fun. But I think I'm a bit sleepy. That's so surprised considering how much we've been running around. I've rubbed my eyes. Must have gotten really excited, but whenever I get excited, I'm always tired afterwards. Right now, I'd rather have a sofa to lie on than medals. I've got a special puzzle just for you, but who are you? Are you sure you want it? If you're so sleepy, you can stop now. No, I've come this far. I'll keep going. Yawn. Only trying to be to the left. My yawn. Looks like it's time to call it a day. Indeed. And let us leave my puzzle for later. It's too difficult to be solved on with one eyes as sleepy as that. No way, I've come this far, and I've also won Oni-chan's medal. I'm just so sleepy. And shifted over to a chair in the corner of the room and plopped down. Okay. And she left the chair in the corner of the room and plopped down. She closed her eyes, stared at her like a doll. It didn't take long before the cute sound of her breathing in her sleep could be heard. Went and saw that was falling asleep. Beato spoke softly. Quiet, please, everyone. Ange fell asleep. When she spoke, the peaceful clatter that filled the room fell silent. Everyone looked down into Ange's sleeping face. Each of them wore an affectionate gaze as if they just watched the baby finally drift to sleep. Did Ange have a good time? But of course, the feeling might not be so strong now, but one day she'll surely remember tonight's party and understand how fun it was. You're right. It was fun for us too, getting to play with Ange-chan. By this point, everyone was standing in a wide circle around Ange as she slept. Now that the guest of honor was asleep, this Halloween party had reached its conclusion. So long, my granddaughter. I was so pleased to have this chance to play with you again after 12 years. It matters not if you forgot everything about me. Forget everything about me. Remember me as an arrogant despot, but every now and then just remember how much I adored you. She will remember, and son, you have a long life ahead of you. Even after 12 years, there is still much for you to experience. I pray that you find this life meaningful in the meanwhile. You're the final grandchild and daughter of the Ushimiya family. Allow all of us to pray for your happiness. And Chan, stay well. Happiness isn't something you can find, it's something you make. And in fact, memories work the same way. True, there are some things that we only truly understand when we think back on them years later. Make sure you remember my pretty face every now and then. Just having you remember us is the greatest memorial service we could ever have. Oh, come on. It's not like we're dying. We're just going inside the cat box, the other side of the curtain. That's right. It's not even a curtain. It's just like we are now. And Shen is sleeping away. The rest of us right here by her side watching over her will always be with her. All of them still warm smiles, but the sound of sniffling came from several places throughout the room. This party wasn't only for the girl who wasn't able to be here this day. It was also for all those people who weren't able to meet her here, who never had the chance to say goodbye. And live life strongly. Our blood flows through your veins. That'll definitely bring you strength. Eva's new son, take care of our daughter. If she's not honest with herself, she'll often be selfish and short-tempered. She might be pain all the time, but I'll make sure she finds happiness as long as she wants it herself. And tell me it's okay if you forget my face, but please at least remember the taste of my cooking. And I won't ask you to remember old Kumasawa, but please at least remember the taste of mackerel juice. Someone said when you feed her that. When someone said, when did you feed her that? And everyone laughed Riley. Her face looks cute sleeping there like that. She looks like an angel, just like her name. She's not an angel, she's a witch. Ange is the final witch, Ange Beatrice. I want a magical bring her happiness. Will she become a witch, white witch or a black witch? That's for Ange to choose. I've shown her both sides. I'm sure painful life lies ahead for you. You'll probably believe that you're alone in this world, but we will always be right here behind you, cheering you on. Don't forget that. And don't forget yourself, your happiness, your fate. These are the things you create for yourself. Only you can choose them. No one else can give you them, and no one else can hide them from you. Don't forget that. I'm sure your message reached her. I hope so. I'm certain the tale of the two of us will help Inge-sama understand. Yeah. Don't you have anything to tell her, George-sama? I've already said all I wanted with that box puzzle. Will that puzzle teach her something? I don't know, but I do know that she's wise. I'm sure she'll understand something from it. Inge-sama, I pray that you're guided along the right path as you move forward towards the future. One by one, step forward to say words of farewell to Ange. Then finally, Battler and Beto walked forward. Ange, were you able to remember everyone at least a little bit? Of course, Ange didn't answer in her sleep, but Battler continued. It's true that the Ushimias are a strange family. We're super rich, and that's given rise to all sorts of rumors and stories. However, that's all speculation made by people outside the island. No one will blame you for getting those kind of memories young as you were, but even so you must remember, it's not a sin to forget. But not to remember again is a sin. All of us were really happy to have you at this party. Right, everyone? Everyone nodded at Battler's words. Everyone knew them merciless and lonely laugh that awaited her. It was no longer possible for them to heal those wounds. If there was one thing they could do, it was to make her remember what a kind, fun family she once had. To remind her that both today and in the future they would always care for her, watch over her. It goes without saying this is an illusion. You cannot come to Rokujima on October 4th, 1986. The whole party we had shared was all a magical illusion created by the Game Master Battler. But you remembered, right? You remembered the truth about how kind everyone was and how much of a blast we all had at the family conferences, right? And she breathed softly in her sleep. Who knows if those words truly reached her? And Eva, take care of her. Do you really think that I deserve to become her mother? I do. Even though your own sentence was so unbearable, you tried so hard to be a mother for Ange. But in the end, it's okay. Ange listened carefully. Battler grasped Ange's hand, took Eva's hand, and joined two hands together. We know that what tragic fate leads to a future where you two hurt each other. It's a sad thing for Ange, just so sad for Aunt Eva, but it would have been cruel to ask you to open your heart to her. Likewise, it would have been cruel to ask Aunt Eva to keep on overcoming her sadness after being rejected. Neither of you is at fault. Even so, we have no right to tell you to forgive her, so we won't. Just try and understand. It doesn't matter how long it takes, how far into the future it happens. Just try to understand Aunt Eva, and everyone once in a while remember us. I concur, and every once in a while remember this much cheerful. I chucked a paragon of a woman and chant my name in a praise 3 times every day. The relatives smiled bitterly and apparently disagreeing with some of that last bit. They both softly struck Ange's cheek and spoke one last time. It's okay if you don't forgive your aunt, but it's true that I don't hate you. At least understand that. Eva wiped her eyes and slowly stood up. Hideyoshi held her shoulder and Rudolph Akari gathered around her too. Genji-san, would you mind carrying Angie somewhere that she can lie down? As you wish. Shall I take her to the guest house? It would be a little too sad to leave her there all alone. You're right. Could you carry her to a sofa in the parlor? That way she'll be able to come back if she wakes up and feels like joining in again. Genji gently lifted up Angie and carried towards the parlor. Everyone continued to watch over her as she left. Shannon Cannon, in the end, how many medals did Angie gather? She got 17 medals. I see. Then this place by her pillow. Yes, as you wish. Genji carried Angie to the parlor and set her down on the sofa. Shannon quietly laid a warm blanket on top of her. Cannon placed a message card by her pillow along with that Genzo had handed them. The message carried read as follows: "We'll all be with you always. From the hope you show me a family." And there right by her pillow was a gift from Genzo, a Beatrice doll. Angie, mumbling in her sleep, held it tightly against her cheek. Let us go. We mustn't wake her. Nissan. Yeah. Shannon thought she was something glittering silver near Angie's eyes. The servants left and closed the parlor door. As Angie slept, she wrapped up in the soft sound of the rain. Surely she was reliving that fun evening once more in her dreams. Okay guys, so I'm going to be ending the video here. It was a nice end to the video. I don't think there's actually too much more left in this episode. I'm not sure. But anyways, yeah, it's been about an hour and maybe almost an hour and a half almost. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.